We are more than 30 days into a government shutdown. Federal employees, aside from members of Congress, are not getting paid. Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House, and yet they cannot manage to fund the government and keep it open. Federal employees are in food bank lines. Members of the military are in food bank lines. Donald Trump and Brooke Rollins of the USDA have said that they will not use discretionary money to continue to fund food stamps during the shutdown. There is money to fund food stamps, and they're saying they refuse to distribute it. Earlier today, 2 judges ruled and said, no, you have to use that money to fund SNAP. You cannot shut off food assistance to 42 million Americans. But Donald Trump and the Republicans, they really want to do that. They really want, during Thanksgiving month, they want 42 million Americans to go without necessary food aid. More than 10 million children, 10 million elderly. 12% of America's population is on SNAP. So excellent ruling from these 2 judges. But in the meantime, Americans are going hungry while the Republicans are trying to force the Democrats to allow the Republicans to take away health care from tens of millions of Americans, which the Senate Finance Committee says will kill 51,000 Americans a year. America is weaker than ever on the international stage. Job numbers are terrible. More Americans are looking for work than there are available positions. Grocery prices are up 40%. Our quality of life is dramatically reduced. Everything is worse for everybody except the super rich and those that are benefiting off of the corruption in the Trump regime. The reality of America in 2025 is a nation in decline. Trump has put our nation into decline. As Americans are thinking, how am I going to feed my children this month? How am I going to pay my rent? Am I ever going to be able to afford to see a doctor? Is the American dream ever going to be accessible for my children? As that is the reality for hundreds of millions of us. Donald Trump has decided, or did decide, not only to tear down the entire East Wing of the White House, but he also decided that he urgently, desperately needed to remodel a bathroom. Yeah, you heard that right. The priority for Donald Trump was remodeling the Roosevelt bathroom on the American taxpayers' dime. And then today he had the gall to post about it endlessly on his failing social media platform, Truth Social, which I rarely go over there. I don't have an account over there. But boy, oh boy, if you do go over there, it's just nonstop ads. Like everything, it's a fucking grift. All of his loyalists buying ad space for him as a hey, quid pro quo. So today, October 31st, as 42 million Americans are facing the agonizing reality that Donald Trump is trying to cut off their food assistance, as 12% of America's population is facing the potential that they will go hungry this month. Our president was posting this. First of all, again, it's just endless schlocky ads. Here we go. All marble and gold, he redid the Lincoln bathroom. Endless posts. Endless posts. Couldn't help himself. I think I said Roosevelt bathroom at the beginning of this video. I meant the Lincoln bathroom. Yeah, so in the face of what is happening all across America, this is the kind of tone deafness, the kind of callousness, the kind of total disregard for the welfare of the American people that we see from this regime. KKK Caroline tweeted out, "When I first learned a toilet like that existed inside the White House, I was horrified." This is what the Lincoln bathroom looked like before. Perfectly respectable, a soothing kind of minty green color. Retro, but very fashionable, dignified. I peeked on some right-wing Facebook pages that were talking about this, and everyone was like, oh my God, this is horrible. The president is totally within his rights to make the White House beautiful. And this is disgusting. And God bless President Trump for, making the White House more beautiful and livable. Shit like that. Again, who knows how much of that is dead internet theory, and who knows how much of that is just bootlicking, brainwashed. I can't say boomers because I stopped hating on boomers when I realized how many of them were absolutely wonderful. But that is overwhelmingly who uses Facebook and leaves those kind of comments where they've just They've just decided to treat Donald Trump like a golden calf, and like whatever he wants must be amazing and awesome. They don't think about their own suffering. Dear leader deserves whatever kind of opulence and luxury, any kind of grift and corruption he carries out is justified in the name of his comfort. So I was appalled to see the comments that were like, oh yes, the new bathroom looks so much better. So glad he did this. If you didn't get the gist of what the bathroom now looks like, still no concrete numbers on how much the Trump regime spent remodeling it. But if you didn't, from that endless scroll from Truth Social of Trump just posting and posting and posting, if you didn't get an idea for what the bathroom looked like, then here you go. This is what it looks like now. This looks like something a third world dictator would put in his mansion. It's gross. Why does everything have to be, why do you need a gold-plated toilet base? What the fuck? Why does it have to be like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm going to click off of that because it is gross. I mean, we know Donald Trump has no taste, right? Look at his Trump Tower penthouse. He has no taste. It's just so disgustingly over the top. And he's always sort of wanted that kind of third world dictator chic. That's always sort of been his jam. And of course, this is nothing less than what you would expect from Donald Trump and the Trump regime. They feel entitled to use our hard-earned tax dollars to do shit like that while they deprive 12% of us from necessary food aid, while they try and take away healthcare from tens of millions of Americans, while they are refusing to fund the government, while they are destroying everything that makes this country good for the working class. Donald Trump wants his grotesque gilded age. And it makes me so sad that Republicans have just like decided that this is acceptable, that this is okay. Not only that, but they'll just like bootlick over it and be like, yay, Daddy Donald, so glad you got a pretty new bathroom. Okay. I know it's a cult. I know, y'all. Somebody on a video that I made the other day where I was like, I can't understand. They were like, stop trying to understand, Angela. You're going to break your brain. Stop trying so hard to figure it out. It's not logical. And I know that. I think for me, it's just hard because I have people that I love that I lost down the QAnon pipeline, that I lost to MAGA. And I continue to wrestle with trying to understand what happened to them, right? It's still personal for me. And I know it is for millions of other Americans. I had somebody in my comments the other day who said that she was brokenhearted because her parents chose Donald Trump over her. And I just don't know how they have such blindness that like this is okay to them while Donald Trump wrecks this country, while he like just has tremendous corruption and grift normalized all over this country. Like poverty for us, suffering for us, deprivation for us, and like extreme extravagance for those that are loyal to Donald Trump high up in the regime, extreme opulence, grotesque wealth, and a grotesque display of wealth, right? Like rub it in your face kind of display. Like he didn't have to remodel that bathroom. He didn't have to put marble everywhere and gold plate the fucking toilet paper holder, gilded toilet paper holders, while 42 million Americans are thinking they might not be able to feed their families this month. We all deserve so much better than this. We all deserve so much better than this. Also worth noting that Donald Trump went golfing today, and he spent more than $60 million on golfing so far this year. So, the corruption continues, the grift continues. Make America great for Donald Trump, but the rest of us will suffer. How long are we going to tolerate this? Our nation is not becoming greater. We are a nation in decline because of Donald Trump and MAGA. We are measurably worse off than we were a year ago. And instead of caring about the suffering, I mean, obviously, why would he care? He's chosen to inflict the suffering. He delights in suffering, as malignant narcissists do. And he's rubbing it in our faces that he can force us to suffer, that he can take away from us. This bathroom remodel was all about rubbing it in the faces of the working class. And then being like, yeah, come lick my boots after. Still praise and adore me. He does this, and then he expects Republicans to chant Trump 2028. He expects Republicans to do political violence on their neighbors, on their own family members, to prove their loyalty to him. He'll ruin our lives. While he remodels bathrooms with our money.